This video is sponsored by Shadow Director. Check out his channel today.
How's it going, guys? My name is Dividable Halo HG. Welcome back to another episode of Community Talk on the HaloClanFollowers channel. This is episode, I believe, number 6, and it's been a while since I did this podcast. Today we are joined by Gage, or known as right now Halcyon Caesar, who was previously known as Caesar X Lanius.
Hello,
we are
guys.
also joined by Fahim, who's pretty much now known as Shadow Director, who went by many director tags before.
Oh my god.
And we are also joined by Vel, who was previously known as Vel something, but now he's known as Vel. We're also joined by Invictus, who was previously known as CCM at Catastrophic, and later on had a lot of gamer tags after that. And we're also joined by Classy Ham.
Hello.
Alright, so today for this podcast, we're going to be talking about two main topics mainly. We're going to be talking about the Vast versus the Commonwealth War, and we're going to be talking about Forge items in the later updates and how it's going to be used for raids and whatnot. But yeah, for the first topic, today we're going to be talking about the Vast versus the Commonwealth War. If you guys are unfamiliar with the war and how it started, you guys can watch the interview series on my channel where I interviewed Z4 Bros or Vast Contagion about the war and his side of the story, and kind of just covered everything. But here's a brief summary of what happened. The Commonwealth declared war on Vast, and the reason why Commonwealth declared war on Vast was because there was apparently alleged spies in the Commonwealth that Vast had sent into the Vast had sent into the Commonwealth. Later on, they were forced to pretty much play on an area system, which later on changed into a raid system, and then later on a bunch of clans were pretty much asked to join this war to form the MMA, and then later on the Commonwealth ended. So pretty much Vast won this war right now. However, we're going to be basically talking about it right now. So starting off with you, Gage, what is your opinions and on how well the Commonwealth did with this war?
Alright, well, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not going to come up with excuses of why they lost, but, you know, the Commonwealth did complete ass, just being honest.
Alright, Shadow Director, how about you?
No comment.
No comment. Alright, Vel, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Gage. They did ass.
Alright, and Invictus?
Yeah, I think that they did perfectly fine, actually.
Perfectly fine, alright. And Classy Ham, I believe you're just kind of a third-party source to this. You have not really...
I have no idea.
Alright, as it goes on, I believe we will come back to you later on when people start explaining what happened with this war. Now, why exactly do you guys believe the Commonwealth just did ass, Caesar?
Well, they were flawed from the start with the area system, the area maps included. You know, I would never use area maps up against a clan that does raids, because it's obvious to people who are raiding the area maps have more of an advantage, for those maps are more fair, their armories are less OP. This is all part of the area system. Vast, they just had regular raids with regular, like, ROE. Yeah, I mean, it's like, obviously one side had a advantage over the other. But I think the Commonwealth, they had better men. I think they were better, I think they had better organization throughout their clan, but I think it was just the war system that really flawed them.
Alright. And Shadow Director, still no comments on it?
Yep.
Alright, Val, how about you?
Well, I do think, like Caesar said, the area system really screwed them up. That was one of the main things. But on top of that, they came into the Halo 5 community thinking that they could get an easy win, which they really shouldn't have done that. They pretty much super underestimated Vast, which they should have really contemplated and gone over what they were going to be doing before they actually did it and realized who they were going up against.
Alright. And Invictus, you said the Commonwealth did well, so I'm guessing you part of the Commonwealth.
No, I wasn't, actually.
Alright, why do you think they did well?
For a clan that didn't have proper leadership by Shadow Sniper and Eric Zig directly, they did perfectly fine while conducting themselves independently from their actual command. Yes, they did lose, but they were able to keep their clan together without the actual sole creators of the clan to be present there.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and let me just kind of briefly explain who Shadow Sniper is for anyone that is watching and doesn't understand, such as maybe Classy Ham exactly. So Shadow Sniper is pretty much a community veteran that started one of the biggest clans in Halo Reach, or it started in Halo 3, but later on moved into Halo Reach. But basically, the United Nations was a clan that he created. It became one of the biggest clans in the community, and that is kind of what he's best known for in the community, as being one of the greatest leaders of the community. Sadly, he left, I believe, around the era of Halo 4, and I believe just returned for Halo 5. So, yeah. Now, Shadow Sniper made a grand entrance back into the community by saying that the Commonwealth will be starting on Halo Reach about a couple months ago. I made a video on it and advertised their clan. And later on, they moved on to Halo 5. Now, what is your guys' opinion on Shadow Sniper returning to make the Commonwealth, along with many vets joining in for the Commonwealth? So we'll start with you, Caesar.
Wait, so what's the question?
What is your opinion on Shadow Sniper returning with many vets that are assisting him in his clan in the Commonwealth now?
I actually really liked it because, even from what I saw, they're really bringing back some of our traditional values in media. They're being very professional. I really like that. So I mean, I guess I'm 2 thumbs up for that. So yeah.
All right, and Shadow?
Yeah, I quite like them coming back, but as I've already said before, I kind of got the jest that it was a reputation stunt, as a lot of people just generally sucked up to them, so I'm not sure whether to believe they just came back for the sake of attempting to get put in the history books for, the modern community than anything else.
All right, and Val?
So I thought it was really nice that we're having some more bigger clans, or more, obviously more known clans coming back, and leaders coming in the community, as it's been mainly the same ones. I mean, you've had, Navcom, Exodus, now Vast and Aegis in the past. So, I mean, Divine Angels, you're having all these clans, and it's definitely nice to see more coming over to Halo 5 from Reach.
All right, and Invictus.
Yeah, well, talking with Shadow Sniper about him coming back even before he announced it publicly, it wasn't definitely one of his typical, I want to uphold my reputation in the community. But him coming back and bringing a lot of older people that I used to play with back in 2012, 2013 was extremely enjoyable and nice to see, especially with this newer community.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you, Invictus, were a community veteran that was around probably before all these other people that are in this podcast.
Absolutely.
So you're definitely around during the UN and everything that went on back in 2012 and Halo Reach.
Yep.
Or even sooner. All right. So the Commonwealth pretty much released an area system that was basically a new way to do raids. If anyone is unfamiliar with raids, basically what a raid is you have 2 clans going up against each other. One clan defends a base that they made, and another clan tries to take over this base. Now, what the Commonwealth made was a new raiding system, which is pretty much involves doing objectives by destroying certain points, and then I believe that is how you win the game. So what is your guys' opinions on the area system? And honestly, it's something new, and I'm just going to weigh in right here that I kind of find it's a bit neat, but yeah. So we'll start off with you, Gage.
Personally, the NRI, we like the area maps. We don't like the system in which, it's 2 area maps and then 2 objectives, and then you go to the capital, or no, 2 cities and then the capital, and then you lose the war. We don't like that, because that's the area system as a whole. We like the area maps, which you use objectives and how you destroy the core inside a base, and then that's how you win. So it doesn't really go into, we were contesting the base or this or that. It's just, hey, if you destroy our core, you win. You know what I mean? So NRI will be using it, so we like it, but we don't like the system. So we like the area maps.
All right, Shadow Director.
I honestly have to agree with Kaiser.
All right, Val, do you have anything else?
I like the maps. Like Caesar said, the whole system is pretty much flawed. I feel like that was one of the things that really could have screwed up Commonwealth if they decided to go along with the war longer on.
Mm-hmm. And Invictus.
Yeah, the objective-based rating that he did for this newer community was quite interesting. In concept, it would have worked. However, this community is really, really stubborn, Not a lot of people want to conform to something that's over complex or that takes a long time to actually make. So there's that.
All right, and Classy Ham, do you have anything you want to weigh in? I know you're not really. Have you ever been in a raid before?
No, though I would hope to spectate one at some point. From what I've gathered, normal raids pre-area system were just done on one map, right?
Sorry.
Like raids before this whole area system came in were just done on one map, right? You'd have like a bridge map or something like that.
Yeah, it could be a bridge map. So a raid map would pretty much be a fortress or whatnot, and another clan would have to just pretty much take over the base. Now these raids could last between, I believe, hours. The longest one recorded, I think, was 12 hours on YouTube. And they could last to an hour depending on how an ROE is set. But the area system is based on objectives by destroying it, which kind of reduces the time of raids, I believe.
But there are more maps now. You have to play through a bunch of different maps.
For raids, for the area system, the way the whole system works is there's, I believe, the 2 areas, and then 2 operations and capital. I think Gage knows more about it than I do. But that's basically the terms of if a clan is to go to war. The area system, I believe, is just the area in total is just another style of a raid.
Yeah, the area map, that's like a raid type of game. Yeah, I mean, like, that's like a raid. Yeah, I mean, it's a different form of raid. The area system is like included a war system involved. Yeah, I mean, so.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot more forging to be done when it comes to making maps for this area system.
Yeah, a lot more.
To me, as an outsider, that seems to alienate smaller clans. Because if you're a small clan of like 8 to 10 people, that's a hell of a lot of forging you got to be doing to get. I can see like at least 4 or 5 maps on the go just to be able to, partake in raids. That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I believe
it's 9 maps, right?
I believe I was watching your podcast, Vela, and you said that I believe NRI is still working on their first area map, and it's been taking, I believe, months to make.
Yeah, it's been a couple. Yeah, it's been taking a while to make.
Yeah, because how it's supposed to go is you're supposed to have like a designated fort, and we're supposed to like you're always supposed to have like a new terrain and stuff like that, new objectives. You're supposed to be very original with your maps. We're still not done with our basic fort. It's almost done. I'm not sure if you can put pictures on the screen, but if you want, I can send you a screenshot and you can throw it up on the screen. So yeah, it takes a while. You have to build a basic fort. You have to have a basic map. Then you're supposed to have like different trains. It's very complex, the war system involved and the area map in general.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point what you brought up, Classy. I never really thought about it, but seeing as the NRI is pretty much a well-averaged clan, it kind of does alienate a smaller clan, such as, I can't really list them off the top of my head right now, but seeing as the NRI is still taking months to develop theirs, it definitely would alienate a smaller clan.
You also have to keep in mind that we like to hold up our maps and a lot of our qualities in our clan to have really high quality. We don't like keeping low quality. We don't like box maps or anything like that. We like keeping like a theme throughout the map. We like very original maps. So I feel as if once we're done with this basic fort, all of our other maps should go by a week's time. So, but either way, it still take like a week to forge just a map. But
yeah, and
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. And me being a member of VAST as well, VAST has sparked some interest in making some of these maps as well, and we still have yet to make our first one. But, yeah. Once again, there's also a couple other stuff, such as operations and a capital, so it might be a bit more difficult.
Yeah, like, we're not making operations. We do have a capital, but it's not for raids. Yeah, like, we're not doing the war system, we're just doing area maps.
Alright.
So,
does anyone else have something to weigh in on about this topic of the area system alienating like small clans, Invictus or Shadow?
Yeah, again, as I said, not a lot of smaller clans, or actually, I don't know, maybe. It kind of depends on the clan itself. If a person has an adequate amount of forgers, or if they are willing to forge those complex maps, then yeah, they might be able to develop the maps as fast as larger clan. I don't think that it has anything to do with the clan's population. It just has to do with the motivation of that specific forger or how many forges they possibly have. Because keep in mind, Shadow Sniper, Shoe Burglar, Arcane Legends, and Zig were the 3 primary forgers of that clan.
All right. So we're going to be moving on to the next topic. How well do you guys believe Vast performed in the war? So we'll start with you, Gage.
I think Vast, I mean, they did have it pretty easy for the area map. So it's really hard for me to say. I mean, I guess from seeing the war results, it was like 6-0 or something like that. Or no, it was like 5-0. Yeah, something like that.
I think it's 4-0.
Whatever. So I guess I kind of have to say they did good, but they had it easy. So.
All right. Shadow Director.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as Gage said. They did have it easy. Because, I mean, I'd say Shadow Sniper and JB, they've been out the community, they've been out the game for like some time. So, I believe someone said earlier on it was like a really stupid idea for even consider going to Vast as their modern clan, and they're quite active in this community as well. I'd say possibly one of the most active groups in the community. So, yeah, I'd say they did pretty well, but they did have it easy.
Alright, and Invictus.
I don't have any opinions on Vast because I don't know anything about them.
Alright. Vel, I believe I skipped over you.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna have to go over with what Bionic and Shadow said, but I also wanted to add, so since you're in Vast, you'll know this. You guys only got to defend once, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, 2 times, I believe.
Surprise raid
however,
on
we're
like
not-
your training.
Yeah, surprise raid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Vast did really good on that front. The only thing I think that was flawed was Dividable, your raid where you guys backed out. But I think other than that, you guys did pretty good.
Yeah, that we don't talk about that anymore. All right, and Classy, I don't believe you really know what the Clan Vast is at all or what went on. So
I just saw them kicking up a lot of shit on Facebook the other day. That's about it, really.
all right, so
Man, Classy, you're like the best. You can be like the third party for all ROEs and everything.
yeah. All right, so this kind of ties into this the last topic about this war, about the Vast versus the Commonwealth War, and this is the drama between the two clans. Now, the Commonwealth has lost a lot of members towards the end of the war, and some of the members have started saying that the reason why Shadow Sniper declared war on Vast in the first place was because Z4 Bros was pretty much talking trash, and we all know how Z4 Bros is. He's very opinionated, and sometimes speaks his mind, or he actually always does speak his mind in this, which kind of, I guess, led to Shadow not being happy with it, according to the members, and him declaring war on the clan. Now, across the Facebook groups and even in the Kick chat, I believe there's been a lot of arguing between the Commonwealth members along with the Vast members, and people were there to witness it, such as you, Gage, Vel. I'm not sure if you're.
It's honestly just a pissing match.
Yeah, and there's so many other clans in there, but in, I believe, majority of the arguments, some of them are just really pointless and stupid, as you were saying. And yeah, now what is your opinion on this whole drama thing, like, and how it all kind of tied into the war? Starting with you, Gage.
I almost felt like there was too much drama. Like, I think drama is healthy for a community. Like, oh, this clan declared war on this clan. Like, how it was kind of like at the first, maybe 2 days of the war. But then when it gets to, like, just pissing matching, like, I literally, this is kind of like going against the Commonwealth. Like, I remember, Z4, he said a cuss word in a sentence one time. And then one of the Commonwealth members started, like, talking how unprofessional he was and stuff like that. It just, like, it was just really dumb, and it started like a huge argument. Like, Nade got involved, a lot of NAVCOM members got involved. It was just so like dumb, and it's like, I don't know, a lot of the drama was just like high school drama and stuff like that. Like, it's unnecessary, you know what I mean? So
Shadow.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the drama, I quite liked the media propaganda that went back and forth. I believe
that was fantastic.
They did, like, Commonwealth did the first video, I think Vast done like a response video, which was very well produced. That was all good, but then when it got all to the bitching fest, that was just pathetic, and I would have expected more from Vast. Then again, I kind of did expect. It's a bit of a 50-50. I don't know, I guess it kind of just sparked more activity, so, I mean, some people may say it's negative, but I'd say it's more positive, because the more pissed off the other clan gets, the more activity you're bound to get from all that conflict. So, yeah.
Alright, and how about you, Bill?
I think drama, like Caesar said, drama is pretty healthy for the community, and it definitely helps out the war a lot. Just like also Shadow said, you know, the more anger you get, the more activity you're most likely going to have in the war. But I think the entire war is pretty dumb. Just the entire reason, like, if it had been because of quote-unquote spies, obviously it wasn't, but if that had actually been the case, then I could have understood it. But I think just because Z4 was talking about the area system, I think he was kind of dumb on Commonwealth's part just to declare war because of that.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, just to weigh in, I mean, I believe it was said that, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it said that Shadow Sniper was looking to rebuild his rep or something in the beginning? Might be wrong there, but if that's the case, it kind of, I guess the evidence is pretty much clear, because Vast is pretty well known in today's community. So I mean, I guess he must have thought going to where Vast would just boost his reputation more in the modern community. It was pretty fucking bad, in my opinion there.
Yeah. And Invictus.
Yeah. When it comes to Shadow making his point in the community, and making another mark in the community, he definitely achieved his...
I think Invictus cut out on us.
Party's little brother.
Sorry about that. Yeah, he definitely achieved his goal. If you don't exactly know who Shadow is and what his mentality is, and what his goals truly are, it is to make a mark in the community. Rather it is negative or positive, he did. Absolutely. Like, Caesar, you now have his maps. Why do you want his maps? Because they're great. Who doesn't want to build a map like the TCW? That is what he wanted. He achieved his goal.
Alright. Yeah, definitely. And, Classy, you said you were part of the Facebook groups. Have you witnessed any of this war drama going on?
To be brutally honest, and I know I'm gonna get a hell of a lot of hate from this, but I'm pretty sure that the entire clan community is just drama. It's just people throwing shit at each other on Facebook and in games of Halo.
You're not wrong there, mate.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
One thing too is about the Halo clan community is we are trying to, I guess, we're all role-playing the game in itself, right? So there are military groups and whatnot. However, every military group functions differently. Everybody has their own views on how a clan should run, how the community should go, which I believe kind of leads to a lot of drama and everything. And that's kind of one thing why people watch these podcasts in the first place, or even watch videos on YouTube in the first place, is to see all this drama, all this stuff that's going on. And some of the stuff is done very well, such as the whole, pretty much the whole propaganda, which was between Vast and the Commonwealth. That was pretty much done really, really well. However, some stuff that was seen through the kick chats and the Facebook groups just made both clans kind of look a bit low at times. So yeah. you're not yeah, sorry.
I just remember reading something like some dude from Vast going like, oh man, the Commonwealth, the wild shit, we're so good, why would the fuck would they even try fighting us? Like you what are you on about?
Yeah. So one thing too is Vast is very opinionated, Contagion as well, along with a lot of members in Vast as well. But I don't know. That's just how our clan runs, so to speak. Every clan has its different ways of operation. Now, we're gonna kind of move on to well, this is just kind of an off-topic thing, but off-topic question, or not really. Just this little random question. What is your guys' opinion on Shadow Sniper ending the Commonwealth and declaring that this is the last time he'll ever be part of the community or ever speak in his one video? And we'll start with you, Gage.
Honestly, as I was watching the video, I was actually watching it with Vel. Like, Vel came into my party and was like, Caesar, do you see the new Commonwealth video? I was like, no. And then I checked it out and I was like, damn. And then, I don't know. It's like, I wish he was still in the community if he was in a clan or if, I don't know. I think it was unnecessary for the Commonwealth to end. I think it was almost, yeah, he took responsibility for the war and stuff like that, but I don't think. It's almost like he failed his job in the community, so he's just leaving. I don't think that was right. I think he should still stay in the community. If he still wants to truly help it and see it succeed, we can still use him in here. You know what I mean? It's not like, yeah, the Commonwealth, it lost a war. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you need to end your clan because of it. You know what I mean? There's always room for rebuilding and all that stuff. I don't think he should have really left the community. Yeah.
All right. Your opinion, Shadow?
I kind of agree with Gage, but I would have said instead of leaving the community, you should have joined a couple of clans and presented them with guidance. Because I mean, if he wants to leave his print on the community, I would say a far more better way and more positive way if his clan has failed would be to try and put time into other people's clans, and if he cares so much about this community, you know, just generally try and get other people's clans to succeed.
Yeah, I believe he actually joined the UUF after the UN fell, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but
yeah.
Even before his grand entry back into the community with the Commonwealth, I'm sure some of us can recall Shadow Sniper being on Halo Reach, being part of Navcom, being part of what is it, the Mandalorians, and just so many other clans, and kind of just seeing how they operate and whatnot. But this was, I believe, before Halo 5 came out. But yeah, Vel, what is your opinion on the whole Commonwealth ending and Shadow leaving for good?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of disappointed within Shadow and JB and the Commonwealth in general, just because of all the hype that was built up around them coming back, especially coming to Halo 5. You know, I was expecting more of a fight. I was expecting to see this being dragged on for a little bit longer at least. And I definitely didn't expect them just to end the clan out of the blue because they lost a couple of battles. I mean, part of part of being, you know, a clan and being a clan leader is obviously knowing when to quit, obviously knowing when not to do things, but that wasn't a time to quit. That was a time, all right, take the loss. You know, personally, I would have, you know, already just realized, all right, I'm not ready for this war, would have just surrendered and been on my way. Yeah, you have the war loss, but at that point, it doesn't mean you have to end your clan because of it. I think
yeah, the irony is, I'm sorry, were you still speaking?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The irony is JB always, like, I know you've seen the Bible, he always spams, like, pictures of, like, memes, like, ending clans in 3 months and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of irony.
And the whole speech JB said on how Shadow never gives up.
Yeah.
Well, he gave up.
It's irony.
JB is a different story, though, so, yeah. Invictus.
Yeah. Wait, what's the question again? I'm sorry.
The question is, what is your opinion on the Commonwealth ending and Shadow forever leaving the community?
Okay, so this is not the first time that he's done something like this. This is a repetitive thing. In fact, if you know a person named Ben, he left the Cross Legions an extremely long time ago. He ended up speaking with me, and I told him about the Commonwealth, and we even made a bet that this clan would not survive more than 3 months. It survived about 4, which is surprising. But what Shadow does is pretty typical. He usually, when he does falter, he will leave the clan and allow it to remain as it is, in which this is what he's done with the TCW, and the members kind of just went wherever they went. He's done until he comes back another time to do something crazy. I don't think that he was here to help the community. He did not like the community. He didn't like how it was. That is why he created the TCW, to make it different, to make people conform, because he didn't want to conform to this community. And he failed.
And I believe in the interview that I did with him, he did state on multiple occasions that he ends his clan, or his clans only last for about 3 months. Now, one thing, though, that we do know is Shadow was not active with the Commonwealth, mainly because he was in school, I believe, and was not going to be active until, I believe, the end of summer. So this could quite possibly actually be the end for Shadow, so...
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty busy person. He is not only attending college, but he's also a attending Marine Officer Cadet School. So,
All right. Classy, do you have an opinion on the clan ending and returning? Or not, just ending and a leader saying goodbye forever?
From what I've heard, and this is going off stuff I heard a little while ago, so I have no idea how relevant it is. But he sounded like a bit of a dick.
Wait, Shadow Sniper?
Yeah, from the little bits and bobs I've heard, he sounds like a bit of a dick. But
He was kind of
then again, I don't know him.
Like, I can't pronounce it. Arrogant.
arrogant. Yeah, that's his
He
personality.
kinda was. Yeah.
His clan was based on his ideology, which is why it's led to its falter.
Maybe he's got a bit of a god complex or something. Maybe
He
he's one of
absolutely
those.
does. Of course he has a god
Commonwealth is
complex.
actually a cult.
100%.
Dividable. You're calling him a veteran of the community. He's gonna feed off of that.
Maybe he's gonna call himself the god of the community now.
He
That could
basically
shake
does.
things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
they're-
does.
I guess there is. I guess
They're like the two divines of the community.
two divines. Oh, Jay.
You have to stop what you're doing and worship him 3 times a day or something like that.
Yeah, this
30
is a bit
minutes a
off
day.
topic, but
They'll grant your wish if you wish upon them.
yeah, this is a bit off topic, but this is kind of a little bit of a story I'm going to say in this podcast. Does anyone recall when I removed JB from the kick chat for the very first time?
I do. Yes, I do.
I removed him from the kick chat for violating a rule, and he messaged me, had a big argument about it. And I said, "Look, as long as you don't violate it, it'll be all right." He rejoins the chat because he said he wouldn't do it again, and he's like, "I'm baffled." Power's like, "Why are you baffled?" He's like, General
I remember
JB was
this.
kicked." And he's like,
I remember this.
He's like, did he tell you why you were kicked? He's like, "Yeah." And then Power's like, "Why are you baffled then?" So yeah, as you were saying, like they do definitely have how would you say it? What did you say? They definitely
God
have,
complex.
Yeah, have a god complex.
I'm
Especially-
flabbergasted.
Yeah,
Can't
But-
believe it.
yeah. I mean, they did a lot. Shadow has made a lot of achievements in the community, which is why a lot of people did look up to him and why he was considered a great leader. But this as you were saying before, Invictus and Classy, pretty much this is probably what led to the Commonwealth's fall, maybe, possibly. But yeah, at the end of this day, the war is over right now. I believe there's a coalition still going up against Vast, which I believe the Commonwealth formed, which was the MMA, which later on turned into some weird name. But the clans that are currently involved, I believe, are the Fist of the Unicorns clan.
Oh,
There's
God.
Death Watch, I think it is. I'm not really sure what it is. And just a bunch of other clans. Now,
I think Vast is actually showing mercy on them. I was talking to
Yeah.
Z4 like 2 days ago. I'm not 100% sure, so like take this with a grain of salt. I think Vast was like, he felt bad for like destroying the Commonwealth, but like it needed to be done. So it was like, he says he's showing mercy on the other clans unless they continuously attack them or
Yeah.
something like that. I forget.
yeah. Now this whole coalition that Shadow formed before, he kind of said he ended it. However, the coalition continued. A lot of these clans that joined, why do you believe they joined? Like, we all know why Fotis joined from the previous wars, but these other clans, why do you think they just joined? Do you think it was because...
Because they like to uphold their traditional values in the community and stay away from this ever,
I think.
yeah, just like
Yeah.
the old ways.
I mean, I think it was most likely for publicity. I mean, think about it. If you're one of the people that takes down a known clan, most likely you're going to get some publicity for that. So, I mean, if if the coalition had succeeded in taking down Vast, obviously, if you were a part of that coalition, you would have gotten at least a little bit of recognition.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say, Shadow?
Oh, this is gay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well then.
And Invictus.
Alright, what's the topic?
All these clans that are joining Shadow's coalition, and then as Shadow ends it, they still continue their coalition against Vast.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
I don't really have an opinion on it.
Okay, and not sure if you have one, Classy.
No, not really.
All right,
I can't think of a funny joke, so no.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna move away from this Vast and TCW war and move on to our next segment. And this thing, I believe, has just recently been introduced. the Forge items that are going to be added into Forge, which is pretty much the Reqs that we have in Warzone. Now, if you guys don't know, in a picture that we believe was shown on Waypoint for next month's update, the Warzone firefight, there was a picture of the Rally Warthog in Forge World. So
You should just put the picture on the screen.
oh yeah, I'll definitely as well. So this pretty much led to a lot of people believing that a lot of Reqs are going to be added into this, which it probably might be. So there'd be stuff such as Norfang, stuff such as maybe Helios Phaeton, Oni vehicles. So many powerful weapons that were in Warzone are now possibly going to be in Forge. So this could possibly change a lot of things for raids in Halo 5 for many clans.
More unfair.
Yeah, it could be, definitely more unfair. So we're going to start off with you, Gage. Should Req items be banned from this, from raids in total?
I think certain items, yes. I know NRI, we will be using 2 Oni Hogs or 2 Oni Hogs, and we'll either have 1 Oni Mantis or 1 Oni Tank on the map. Because we like defending our bases with 2 Hogs and either a Tank or a Mantis. The only reason why we're using Oni is because the shelling or the armor is black, and our main infantry branch, the Reqs Corps, they all wear black and red visors, so it'll match very well. And we will also be using weapons with bayonets, but our ROE will still continue. We will not be using any special snipers or anything else, so all that will be banned on our ROE at least, because we don't want to raid a base with Norfangs, etc. So we just want to still have everyday raids, but I guess bayonets, I mean, that's fine, because, yeah.
Alright. Shadow.
What was the question, sorry?
Which Req items do you believe should be banned, or maybe should be, which item should be banned?
I don't think any items should be banned realistically. It just depends how you use them. I mean, when it comes to that, it generally depends on the base and the cover, I'd say. Because, I mean, even if, I'd say if they had, only Hogs out or whatnot, even the Norfang, you can only do so much. I mean, with all these new Reqs coming in, it'd actually give the attackers maybe more of a chance of getting in, because you can give them a better AR with better, upgrades on it, and maybe a Magnum with more bullets in it, so they can suppress more. It definitely make raids more interesting. Not only raids, but I mean, imagine the machinima you can do with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's more items to be presented, so I mean, a lot of things could be spiced up, and I think it'll be better. And they definitely say that they're going to be uploading a lot of things in Forge, considering that if you've gone on Forge before and seen how you go, I think when the Warthogs, it always, correct me if I'm wrong, but it says standard next to it, doesn't it? Warthog standard. So, I mean, it's been hinted at for a while. Let's just hope that they add all the hogs in, not just that crappy rally hog, because that's just terrible.
Alright, Val.
So I don't think anything should be flat out banned. I personally think ROE should be adjusted, deciding on which Reqs you'd use. For instance, let's say you'd alright, in changing my Spartan laser, I'd like to use a Celine's Lance and then get rid of rockets altogether. Something like that I can definitely see happening throughout the community, changing the ROE to fit which Req items you would use. For instance, saying, alright, well, we'd like to have 2 Whispered Truths. I mean, there's a bunch of different combinations, obviously, but I don't think anything should be flat out banned. Obviously, it would have to do with your ROE for each clans. In NRI, we don't use any flying vehicles, so we wouldn't be using the Helios Phaeton, as we don't even use the regular Phaeton. So, yeah. I mean, there's most items you wouldn't even be using. Almost all of them, actually, we wouldn't be using. But I'm sure there'd be a couple weapons that we would try to fit into the ROE.
Alright, and Invictus.
Alright, well, I already don't like the idea of ROE, and that's mainly because I just came from the military community where that never existed. You never had 2 clans where they declared war and they were like, all right, let's go sit down and let's go arrange our ROE. That never happened. When war was declared, it was declared. That was it. It was done. I don't think that there should be a ban on any of the items that are going to be coming in the new Reqs, even with the current stuff that we have here, because it does stop clans with your creativity. For example, if you want a clan that is naval-based, and you have Banshees and you have Phaetons, well, you can't really use it that much with a lot of clans because they have those banned in their ROE.
Definitely. And yeah, let's kind of talk about what your war is really quickly. You were part of the, I believe, what is called the Great Clan War 2.
3.
Yeah. Sorry?
Yep. 3.
3? Well, I thought it was 2. But yeah, anyways, this war, I believe, was between you and DoD, which involved a lot of clans, such as the UUF siding with you, DoD getting other clans, such as myself, involved back then. Now to think about it, there was actually no ROE, really. It was kind of...
No ROE at all.
It was to go pretty much how long until a clan leaves.
Exactly.
Yeah. But,
So-
yeah. Sorry, go on.
Oh, so I was just wondering, how many, and how come Invictus you don't like ROE? I mean, this is just my thing.
I don't like...
And
Yep,
like,
go
you
ahead.
just not use it like at all. Like, for instance, like if I were to raid you, you just say no ROE, like 5 snipers is okay, like that sort
no.
of thing, or like obviously like respected wise, like that sort of thing.
Yeah. So with me coming from an older community and being used to a different generation of people and gamers in the military community, I obviously have a bit of a culture shock with these new things. I don't agree with it, of course, and that's just how it is in the real world. Not a lot of younger generations will agree with how the older generation interacts. However, I'm willing to conform with how this newer community is interacting because in the eyes of the newer community, this is the new normal. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different for me too, because I was in that old community with you as well. But when
Yeah.
I came back, I kind of adjusted and I kind of forgot about this whole thing, which is why what you said, this whole thing between there was no ROE kind of just brought up. I'm like, whoa, there wasn't actually any ROE
Nope.
back then. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just think ROE is just so useful now because you don't have somebody defending a base with 8 snipers,
yeah.
and that would, because we do all this for fun. So
Yeah, it could be possibly more simple to use like no ROE if it was up against a clan that was more professional, but
yeah.
if you were facing a small clan that was literally just all snipers, and say if this update hits and they're all now using Norfangs to guard their base, I think it's literally impossible unless they're really bad with the sniper to actually capture the base. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
ROE could come in useful.
I definitely see the justification of an ROE. I just don't like reading a constitution worth of rules before I can actually go to battle.
Yes. All right. Classy. We didn't forget about you. Don't worry.
No worries.
What is your opinion on all of these stuff being brought into possibly Forge custom games, and from what you know so far about raids?
I like the way it could spice things up. To be honest, like more weapons and vehicles and things is always good. I mean, it will be a bit awkward if, say, they put a Req station in and you could just buy Reqs. That would be a little awkward, but it'd definitely be nice to see more weapons and stuff in.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that way. Maybe Halo 5 might possibly make it so you have to have a Req station.
Well,
in
actually, here,
Forge.
before we get into that, I don't think that's going to be there because if you go to this one arena map, it's like snowy. It came out in like one of the newest
Yeah, the
updates.
new toy
Stasis, yeah.
remake. Yeah.
Yeah, Stasis. There's a
The Recon DMR.
a recon DMR on the map. You don't have to get it from a rec station. So obviously, I'm not sure about vehicle wise, but I'm pretty sure like there's gonna be like as you scroll down, there's gonna be a DMR. Then there's gonna probably be like a subcategory under the DMR, like DMR Recon, DMR Bayonet, DMR this, DMR that.
DMR
You know what I mean?
Sentinel being a yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you also saw with that mythic weird playlist they had a while back. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh yeah, where you just spawn with it. So
Shotty
Yeah, and
snipers.
you also-
yeah. So
Oh, there-
honestly,
no, there
I
was
don't.
another one.
I don't.
Mythic. What was it called? Mythic. Fiesta.
Yeah, something like that. Fiesta.
Super Fiesta.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Super
So
Fiesta.
I think it's obvious there's not gonna be a rec system for weapons, but vehicles, maybe for like the higher tier vehicles such as like a Hannibal Mantis. It's definitely like not impossible for them to add a little rack station because it can get 3 more money in the long run. More people buying gold racks, etc. I would hate it. I'd from there probably not put any on my maps because I just don't want my members wasting their money just for a silly raid. So.
Alright, and that could definitely change a raid too. I mean,
Yeah.
a raid could literally count as how much money does your clan have, how much
Yeah,
Reqs you
literally.
guys have. So yeah,
That could actually be, wow.
the richest clan wins.
Yeah, because we have a member in our clan, Halcyon Sultanus. He bought Halo 5 for now our members Halcyon Hyperion, and this and like I think we'd win a lot of wars.
Yeah. Now, just asking you guys all in total, pretty much you guys, what are you guys saying? It's awesome that we're going to be getting all this stuff in Forge, and this is not related to clans whatsoever. Do you guys think it is?
I love it. And especially with the new canvas, I'm really excited because I'm now just an aesthetic / like function kind of forger. Like after my members build a map, I'll just go in and add things, but that's because there's really no terrain that I like, and I don't like necessarily making custom terrain, although I am good at it. But now that there's like I guess a new forge world coming out, I really hope it's not just that what we saw in the picture. I hope there's more to it, and if so, then I'm really excited. I can actually get back to base building, and so yeah.
Alright. Now, does anyone have anything they want to say before we kind of end off this podcast?
You know this new Forge canvas, right? I swear it's just open war like MCC's Forge.
Oh no, there's land in the picture.
What we saw from the picture.
Either it's placeable terrain, or it's land. I think it's land though.
If it is flat, I'm gonna have a lot of problems because I can't do terrain to save my life. I mean, I would have preferred it if they maybe done a remaster of the Halo Reach Forge World, and for God's sake, we still need a UNSC air vehicle, which still hasn't been put into the game.
I want
You
to
want to know? You want to know what was great? So
Yep, Falcon.
I was This actually has to revolve around that. With the this is a little bit off topic, so I'm sorry about this, Dividable.
No problem.
But within that the Memories of Reach update, I was opening up my packs, and I actually managed to get a Falcon emblem. I saw Falcon, I started freaking out, and then I realized it was a freaking emblem, and I got really pissed off about it. But I'm still waiting. I need to make a meme and be like, well, I did get a Falcon in Memories of Reach, so.
Well, I mean, it's this Falcon emblem. Maybe that's hinting towards something else.
You know what?
Who knows?
Shut up, Byron.
I mean,
And plus, not to mention, if the canvas is bigger, there would be better means of transportation. Because I remember in the Halo Reach Forge video, like when they're announcing Forge, they're like, oh yeah, you can just get in a Falcon and go over there. Just it still takes a while, you know what I mean? So I mean, it might be one of those things. If the canvas is that big, we might.
I mean,
need a real
I know,
vehicle.
like you, Caesar, you said you're tired of Forge World, but I'm with Director. I really would.
I
like
want a new Forge World. I don't want the same Forge World because I think anyone who's been on Reach and been in the community, there's been a base everywhere in Forge World. Like even like in the middle of an ocean, even in the middle of the sky, there's been a base there at one point. So it's just old. It's really
Yeah,
old.
but
I
the
want new
Forge World
climbs and all
on
that.
Reach was like, for me, I like it more because I can imagine bases more than what I can imagine on like Alpine or Glacier.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally find it hard because for me to build a base, I have to like mentally imagine it there before I can build it, and I have
Yeah,
trouble
same.
doing it
Yeah.
on the current maps.
Yeah, I hate the current maps. That's why I'm really excited for this new canvas, but I don't want it to be an exact replication of Forge World. I want something as the scale of Forge World. I want something like Forge World where you can climb over a mountain, literally, like you can build on that mountain, and there's a valley on either side. Like,
Yeah.
I love that feeling. I don't just want to be blocked off like an Alpine. Like, there's a mountain there, but I'm just stuck on the coast. I want to be able to go over that mountain, build on top of that mountain, go into a valley, build in a cave. Like, I want that kind of feel, except for I just don't want it to be on Forge World. I want something better and, like, bigger than Forge World and something similar. Like, same kind of, like, it's a very alpine-y. There's, like, islands. It's not, like, very tropical. It's just, like, it literally looks like something you'd explore in a Halo mission. You know what I mean? And you can forge on it. So, I want something like Forge World. I don't want it to be Forge
You know, it's all in all good, but then regardless of all this, I mean, we still need, you know, a human air vehicle, which we have got.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean,
all we've
I
got
was
for
so happy
is
when
a
they added in that
Pelican.
Pelican prop.
Yeah, but
I
he's
know it's
only-
a prop,
it's a
but
prop.
just that prop made me really happy.
I'm sorry. It's like, why would you mark something that's foreigner with Oni, and then like it's so
That
classified, and it was in the Halo Reach, like Memories of Reach. Like,
Jumped
I mean,
Like, guys,
and like
the
who?
plasma rifle and the Helios Phaeton. Favorite
Yeah, Halo
memories.
2 Brute Plasma Rifle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
All right. So we're just gonna end this podcast right here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Halcyon Caesar. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Shadow Director. Thank you, Vel, and thank you,
Thank you for having me.
Invectus.
Thank
And
You're
thank
welcome.
you, Classy Ham, for you guys' thoughts and opinions on just podcasts in total. Anyways, guys, my name is Dividable Halo HD. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, be sure to leave a comment down below on any of your thoughts about what we